Welcome back to the Skid Factory. This is my 1968 Daihatsu that the comment section appropriately named Jolly, for he is a jolly good fellow. This is a Japanese import K car. It was imported to Australia about 3 years ago. My mate Sabo bought the car and then I just happened to lowball him at the right time and purchase it off him. If you haven't seen the previous episode on the car, hit the link in the corner. We kind of go over the car mechanically and there's a few laughs along the way. But in a nutshell, this is pretty unique. It's powered by a twin cylinder 360cc two stroke. It was running, but it didn't run very well. So we're gonna pull it apart and basically give this thing a solid freshen up. In episode 1, I kind of tossed up the ideas and gave the comment section a chance to share an input. Thank you everyone who did give us suggestions. The one thing I'm scared about with this car is it's a 1960s model vehicle. 2, it's a very short wheelbase. This was never designed to go fast. So swapping in a powerful motor, although it is cool, is also a very silly idea. And being that it is a classic vehicle, it is worth a little bit of money, only to weird people like myself who would buy one and drive one. So restoring the factory engine is the most logical option. I don't want to rule out an engine swap in the future. There were so many great suggestions in the comment section. The ones that I took a liking to was something along the lines of like a Sea-Doo or Rotax engine. So you can get some pretty sweet engines from companies like that are making high-powered, even like two-stroke turbo engines for like high-altitude applications on snowmobiles and stuff. That has its complications with drives to the wheels, having a gearbox that's going to work. So in that regard, using a bike engine then is probably the best idea. The bike engines that I took a liking to was a KTM 300cc single cylinder engine. I know that a single cylinder sounds stupid powering a vehicle, but it probably makes twice the power that this engine makes from factory. And also, a single cylinder I think would be cool. I think putting down the road would be, I don't know. I just think it would sound pretty cool and it would be very unique in the sense of an engine swap. The other engine that I took a liking to, someone in the comment section suggested it, thank you, but also my mate Sabo did a bit of research and it was the Honda ST1100 V4. So it's a 4-cylinder engine in a V configuration that also has a shaft drive. So gearbox attached to the engine with a single shaft drive out the back. Then all I would have to do is mount up a reverse box. I think it's Quaif or someone does a reverse box. There's a few options you can choose, and then a tail shaft back to the rear diff. There was a lot of suggestions for rotaries, but really there isn't that much room in this engine bay. I don't want to go chopping up firewalls. I don't want to go putting radiators in the boot. I want to keep this, if I were to convert it, I would like to keep it as reversible as possible so that I can swap this engine back in. So stage 1, let's call it stage 1, step 1, whatever you want. We're going to restore this engine, and then at a later date, probably in 2 years' time, once this is due for a rebuild. Now, I don't know, if I do get to an engine swap in the future, that's what we'll be looking at. But for now, we're going to restore this engine. You can get parts from Indonesia, I'm told. So we're going to pull this out, tear it down, see what we need, find out what we can get, and then hook in at a later date and get this thing rebuilt and restored, looking like it came out of the factory with a fresh ZM. Let's do it. I understand that this little fellow is a pretty unique vehicle and it may not appeal to most people watching, but as the saying goes, different strokes for different folks. This isn't my dream car, nor is it a Lamborghini. As a hardcore enthusiast, I've learnt to love all makes and models, and the reason I've taken a liking towards this Daihatsu is because it's so different. It may not be fast, and it probably only has a top speed of 80 kilometers an hour, but I know this car will give me just as much enjoyment that I get out of any other vehicle that I own. All it needs is a little bit of love. I think this might just not get replaced. I think this is going to be a...
In the bin.
Nah, leave it there, but just paint it and not hook up.
Yeah, okay.
I think premix is the way to go.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Less to go wrong. Just premix it.
That's generally...
Just carry a bottle of Gamma Lube with you when you go to the service. Proof's in the pudding, mate. That's Honda.
Oh, wow.
That's Honda bomb.
Will that work?
It definitely wasn't leaking from there, was it? Yeah, Honda Bond. Thank you, Kai. I'm gonna buy some more of that stuff for sure. I was waiting to find this guy in there. Straight in the bin. Scrap metal, please, sir.
Scrap metal.
How's the strategy? Wear a white shirt so you don't have to work on a car.
I'm not an office. Oh, it's pretty clean.
That's not pivot there or anything, is it?
No, that's just a fixed bracket, and then this rod with two little, you know, bushes either end.
That's the gearbox sway bar.
I think it's the keep the drive line in the car when you hit the brakes too hard sway bar.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah. I just, it looks like a safety thing, like if you hit someone or...
Yeah, true. Oh yeah.
The mount's shear, it's not going to go straight through the grill.
Did we show the diff bushes last time?
We did. Oh wow. Full separated.
Probably got to be careful when we lift this off the hoist by doing that. Oh, is that a strap? What's this?
Okay. There we go. Sick.
Easy as. I can't say I've lifted an engine out by hand before. That's pretty...
Especially with the transmission attached.
Well, there's not much to it, eh? Little bit of a, well, it's not an exploded view because it's still together, but shows you the size of the engine and transmission. Of note is the water-cooled exhaust. So that's what we originally thought was leaking when we first got the car running. Turned out it actually was the head plate. We did pull that apart on a live stream. Thanks for those that tune in to the live streams. I should actually do another one soon. I haven't done one for a while.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
So the engine, I'm not really too sure if I want to split the casing. I don't think I can get like main bearings, big end bearings for it. So the bottom end may stay untouched. The barrels are definitely coming off. There's no scores or anything on them. They can definitely be cleaned up. I did speak to my good mate Dave Rogan, who is a very knowledgeable bloke, and he's keen to maybe touch up the ports with the die grinder. I'm not all that excited about that purely because not worried about making more power out of it, but I don't know.
It sounds a bit ambitious, but then you've got to be doing like carburetor work, exhaust work.
Well, the other thing was expansion chambers. So do I then either make some expansion chambers, which I've never done before, could be cool to test my skills, or do I just get like 125,
yeah,
and make them work,
yeah,
and then just have the coolant. That's easy.
You're totally winging it in terms of the actual physics of, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
If it helps, it helps. You'd know.
Yeah. The gearbox is absolutely tiny. It's minuscule. It's a cable, I believe it's a pull clutch, being that there's a pivot in the front there. We'll dismantle this now and figure out, I don't know, I suppose make more of a game plan, but I may need to replace the clutch plates. Can I get a clutch plate for it? I said plates like it's a twin, but it's only a single. Maybe I can get them relined.
I don't know what's in there. It's something funky.
It does look pretty funky.
Yeah.
The oil injection system, not even too sure if I want to mess with that or... Yeah, it might just be like a leave it there so it looks like it's doing something, so it looks factory, but it actually is just premix. That's probably the way I'm going to go, I think. Sweet.
Peace of mind.
We're going to do gearbox off, then barrels. Should we put it on an engine stand, or are you happy to work on this?
I think it's fine on that.
All right, sweet.
Easy.
Cool. Let's do that.
As long as it doesn't roll off.
Well, it sits pretty steady, like stable, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Get out.
Cool, we got a linkage
Oh,
attached to.
oh, that's the linkage. What is that?
Centrifugal or something. Oh no. Oh. It's got some meat on it.
Looks brand new.
Well, we need to put some carbon fibre puppies in there.
You reckon? No, thanks.
Yeah, bro.
Saw another spoon.
Oh, wait, this one looks a little crusty.
Damaging.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Very nice. Got skirt.
Are you good? I got these pieces. Yep. Here we go. There we go.
Just like you said.
If there's, do you reckon there's bolts behind there?
Either way, it's come off in it.
Oh, lucky! I was scared of opening the can of worms. I wasn't originally going to touch the bottom end. I was just going to replace the pistons. Funnily enough, you can actually get parts for this engine from Indonesia. I think I mentioned that at the start of the episode. So I'm on to a bloke named Benny. I've just been messaging him. He said, yes, we can get crankshaft bearings full seal kit. So now we're going to tear into the bottom end. We didn't have a 41mm socket to get the crankshaft nut off, but funnily enough, it just came undone with a chisel, so that was fine. And we couldn't separate the casing because of these 6 bolts there. So luckily we pulled the crank off.
Luckily, we get stopped before we went too far. Ended up needing more than a rebuild kit.
Well, Evan's got an engine, so we don't need that engine yet, Evan. Also, thanks to a lot of Daihatsu enthusiasts that reached out. I had so many messages from crew. You all seem like top blokes. A guy named Evan actually offered a complete engine for me
which we were going to pick up on the way back from World Time Attack, but I said, just hold off for now. I can work with what I have. And yeah, I just want to say thanks. You all seem like top blokes, and I was surprised that such a unique vehicle and engine, there's a lot of people out there that own them, so.
Weird beards.
Weird beards. Yeah, well, everyone's, if you're a car guy, you're a weird beard anyway. We're all a bunch of weirdos, we just like different things.
We got the disease.
So much schmutz in there, hey? My side's definitely moved.
It has?
Yeah.
Oh, more smack. Yep.
Whoop. There we go. Easy. Airing ASMR. That's one we can feel. Oh, listen to that one. Top one silky smooth.
That's smooth.
I've had a lot of fun tearing this thing down. We've got the whole engine teared down bar the crankshaft. Got to be a careful task taking all this stuff off. I'm going to hit up my mate John for this. John, if you're watching, got a job for you. The bearings in the bottom end is why we started to tear it down. These bearings here and the lower one, they just cooked. They're really noisy.
You can just feel it all rotating the flywheel, especially on the top dead center points of the pistons where they're, yeah.
It's been in most load where they are too.
Notchy.
Look, this is a long-term project, but we've been held up with Kevo on a few things, so I wanted to get this done. It's been a job that I've wanted to do for a very long time. So got Geordie around and we've teared it down. Now we've got to wait for some parts. There's lots of cleaning to do. I'm thinking I may hit up a mate, Dave, from Underbelly Restos. Underbody. Top Coat Auto Detailing in Maroochydore. He has a dry ice blaster, and I think, being that it would look very nice, all fresh and clean, dry ice blasting may be the go. The gearbox I'm not going to touch. I was thinking about disassembling it. If I can get seals, front and rear main seals, I'll definitely do those. Maybe reseal this top plate. But for the most part, I just want to clean everything up, paint everything, make it look nice. The engine bay is definitely going to get a coat of paint because it's very, very
patchy.
Don't know what the right word is for that, but it's seen better days. So that's it for the Hatsu for this week. Well, as I said, I've had fun. It's been good.
It's been a hoot. I haven't pulled one of these apart in a while. The last one was my jet ski about 10 years ago, and I got this far and then went, nah, I'll buy another motor.
I thought you were going to say Daihatsu Fellow. I was like, when did you own one of these?
No.
No, yeah, it's cool. I have learnt a lot and it's been fun. So thanks for watching. If you are a fellow Daihatsu enthusiast and you've never seen one apart, well, there you go. This is a disassembled ZM Two Stroke. And truth be told, it really wasn't that bad. This definitely, I think, is going to be a tricky job, getting these bearings replaced. But for the most part,
it's like garden power equipment.
Yeah, it's basically just a glorified John Deere. Except they probably copied Daihatsu anyway.
Probably.
I don't know. Let's not go into history of automobiles.
Jolly.
My name is Woody. This is the Skid Factory. This is Jolly, the Daihatsu Fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow. If you want to support the show, you can buy some Skid Factory merch or simply like, comment or share these videos to your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Drive safe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the moment. Cheers. You know what's cooler than a two-stroke powered car? All of these legends that support the Skid Factory via Patreon. So thank you to Daniel Tubbs, P. Sudes Pie, Adam Morris, Mick Foster, and Roger Larcom. Thank you for supporting the Skid Factory via Patreon. If you'd like to support the show, please consider joining us on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. What's for dinner? Let's have a steak with veg. Welcome to Skid Factory After Hours. We've got Letney and Locksmiths fitting some door locks to Kevo because it's a street car. And this wheel just drags a whole heap, so we're pulling this apart. I'm not even too sure if this is going to work or not. No, it's not. How does this come off? Hit it with a hammer.
Not with that hammer.
That's working.
Oh, it is working.
Leaking wheel cylinder.
Definitely.
I'll put it back on now. Is it
Yeah,
stop?
push it back on. Can we put stop leak in the brake fluid?
Stop leak.
Yeah, in the brake fluid. That'd be one. Oh.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. This is part of the reason why I don't want to make 300 horsepower in this thing. Because if you do make lots of power, you have to upgrade the brakes and suspension. It's got like bicycle shocks in it. And I know drum brakes do work well, but it's not a vehicle for going high speeds. This is what not to do after you tore down an engine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should stop it.
Get the air compressor and see how fast. Parts run the
Pretty
wheel.
big boot.
In comparison to what?
You could fit a few bodies in there.
Marsupial bodies.
I was just going to say this is my Daihatsu Fellow, then I was just going to probably go whoosh. Is the microphone on? Oh, I did it again! I haven't had it. I've only had one. I need 3 more.